and welcome to another episode of I Heart Geek. If only you guys could hear all the conversations that go on beforehand. Oh my gosh.
It's not family friendly.
Not even a little bit. In fact, I don't know how we're friends after these conversations.
Well, maybe a little bit. Just depends on your family.
True.
We are discussing yet another episode of What If. Oh my gosh, this was a good one.
Yes,
was a good one.
And we'll get to it, but we're going to start out by me talking about the things I didn't like, because that's how I roll. But I'm Dub. I'm here with Tyler. We're here with Blythe, and we're here with Courtney. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Feel good, man.
So, Tyler, we have you on because you are our kind of zombie. That's your fandom. That's your thing.
Yes, sir.
So, what did you think of this What If, and in particular, what did you think of this version of zombies?
I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of the typical zombie tropes in there, and I feel like they mixed it fairly well with the superhero comic book tropes and everything, And I mean, well, you could do anything you want. Comic book zombies now it's like do what you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of cool callbacks and Easter eggs in there, and I this version of zombies was good. It wasn't the ones I prefer. Like, I prefer to be against slow zombies. I'm terrified, and I love movies with fast zombies. So yeah,
Sure.
I didn't get exactly what I'd normally go for, but it's still very enjoyable.
Well, I'm gonna just do my negative, and then I'm gonna let Blythe and Courtney give us a love affair on it. This is like my least favorite type of zombie. I don't like the zombie that keeps their consciousness, kind of. They keep their powers.
Right.
And that's just a personal thing. I don't like that kind of zombie, because then it's just, okay, so the virus, instead of just making you so you're on instinct, it just turns you into evil.
Right.
But with that being said, I love this thing, and it was exactly like the comic books. Only thing it was missing was Deadpool, and if you've ever read the Deadpool zombie stuff, you're missing out on life. So Blythe, let's start with let's kick you a little bit. Talk to me about these zombies.
So, Tyler, have you read Marvel Zombies, specifically
I've dabbled in the
run?
past. I've dabbled in the past.
So this seems like they pulled heavily from that original run of Marvel Zombies, which I think they did a good middle ground, because in the comic, they 100% have all of their cognitive abilities to the point where they're talking to each other. And Steve Rogers is having like a mental breakdown because he can't stop himself from just ravaging on people.
And that's too much.
And he's Steve Rogers. Like, in his mind, he's the Steve Rogers we all know and love, but he can't stop himself from eating people. So in the comic book, it deals with that a lot, and which is cool. I like that they have their powers, and I think that they did a really good job of making this not family friendly, but not the gore fest that it could have been.
It could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Courtney, what about you?
Full disclosure, I hate zombies.
So it doesn't matter which kind of zombies, you just don't like zombies?
Nope, don't like zombies.
So what did you think of this take with zombies, at least?
I thought the episode was okay.
Wow.
But I don't like zombies.
Sure.
Courtney, how's it feel to be me?
You don't like Marvel Zombies.
There were things I enjoyed. Like, there were some funny moments, and there was like the whole Joss Whedon thing that cracked me up that I don't know if everybody got.
I didn't catch it.
But when Spider-Man is showing the training video, there's a little cutout that goes across the screen that goes grrr.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Buffy. Yeah.
Gotcha. That was cool.
So now,
but yeah. So I'm the negative Nelly in this one because I just don't like zombies.
This will be a fun one then. I liked it.
Let me ask you this, Tyler.
Yes.
So you said that you prefer the zombies that are run because those are ones that scare
World War Z
you.
zombies.
So how terrifying is the Hank Pym zombie though? A zombie that can shrink down to us to where you can't see it, and it just felt like a bug bite.
I really enjoyed that element when he showed up and bit him on the neck. Oh man, what a great way to use that.
Why do these writers hate Hank Pym so much? This is the second time he's been the bad guy.
He's a jerk in the comic books.
Because he once slapped Janet Van Dyne.
He did.
He's very much like Tony Stark in that he's an egotistical jerk in the comic book. So maybe they're just playing off of that Hank Pym.
He does tread that line a lot in the comic books. Of going back and forth between being evil and being good. So that 100% could be. And this is what's awesome about this series is it gives them the opportunity to do that, because I can't see them trying to do something like that in the movies and try and also fit in whatever else they have to fit in. But this is perfect. We can see Hank Pym lose his mind because his family is dead, or Hank Pym push it so far that he brings a virus back from the
quantum realm.
And I'll tell you what, I thought that was such a creative way of doing that.
That was cool.
I don't recall if that's how it happened in the comic books or not. I just remember it just being that's it. I thought that was a fantastic explanation. I think it was a plot in this world that's so plausible.
Sure. Yeah. So I think in the comic books, it happens when Reed Richards is like universe hopping, or he's looking into other universes, and he finds it, and him being the guy that he is doesn't see it as a bad thing. He sees it as being the next step in human evolution. So he lets the zombie bite him, and then he becomes he bites the Fantastic Four, and then so on and so forth, and that's how it spreads.
So no, we'll wait on that. So let me ask you this question first. Who do you think in this episode was the MVP? Who was the character that you fell in love with this time on these? Because I have a feeling that these aren't just your favorite characters. It's just everybody really played interesting roles. Let's start with you, Tyler. Who was your MVP in this episode?
The MVP, man, is Peter.
Okay.
Spidey was rocking it, dude. He was trying to help out everywhere he could. He seemed like he was a real integral part of the group. Trying to get them where they needed to go. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching old Parker there.
Yeah, Blythe.
It's got to be Banner. I liked how Banner was kind of like the central point from the for where everything started, and I loved how it's the beginning of Infinity War. Yeah, and he lands and he says his line that he does in Infinity War, but nobody's around to hear him, and he just kind of looks up and is like, "What's going on? Where is everybody?" So yeah, I think I'd have to call it for Hulk, and also I liked the fact that when they tried to bite him, and the Hulk just like turned his arm for a second because he knew he couldn't break the skin. I thought that was a really clever way for them to do that.
Yeah. Courtney.
I'm going to have to say Peter too. Because he got a lot of funny lines. And kudos to the voice actor because he sounded like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So kudos to him.
Go ahead. I thought you were going to say
and I also liked Okoye. But
she was good.
Oh, yeah.
I love Okoye.
Yeah, she'd be quite the honorable mention there. Yep.
Yeah. My favorite is a pair of the Vision and Wanda. I thought that moved the story along very nicely.
Yeah,
I thought that was
that, man.
Fantastic conflict with Vision, because I'm really loving conflicted Vision. I don't like Vision has the answers. I like conflicted Vision because, let's be honest, Wanda is everything that's wrong with Vision. She makes him a worse person, which makes him a very interesting character.
Okay.
What I liked about that is in WandaVision, she keeps him alive.
Yeah.
In this,
the opposite.
He keeps her alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the way she looked was amazing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I thought when we found the Vision in this, that they were going to go the Reed Richards route with him. Like, I thought he was going to be the one to think that this was the next step in human evolution, and that's why he was keeping Wanda to spread it. Because there's that, I thought, and also they pulled the scene with him and T'Challa right out of the comic books. Like, that's something that happens, is Hank Pym is feeding T'Challa or he's eating him like bit by bit so that he can try and find a cure.
Makes sense. Now I feel like, and Courtney might disagree with me on this, but I feel like this episode lent itself more to a second episode than anything we've seen in What If so far. I think that you'll probably say the Peggy Carter would be my guess. But
that's just because I want more Peggy.
Well, of course you do. But I feel like this one is custom made for. I don't think I'm going to be happy without a second episode of this.
They left it with a cliffhanger. I mean, it's the gauntlet. Nothing else has been. He's missing one stone, and it's the one they're bringing. And it's right.
Thanos as a zombie. I mean, yes.
Yeah. What's he gonna snap? What's he gonna snap into existence there?
He's gonna learn how to snap his toes.
That would be awesome. He snaps and his hand just falls apart. That's all the case.
The gauntlet's the only thing that's keeping the fingers on.
So now purely, if you take the zombies out as a story, I think this has been one of the stronger ones. This hit me both on the emotional and on the I want to think about it levels because of how deep it went. The references to Zombieland, everything else they did was just fantastic. Now, and I know that Courtney's not a zombie person, but as far as the storyline itself goes, where do you guys place this one even in the What If series? Blythe.
I probably place this. This probably has been my favorite one so far. And the reason for that is that I think this one is the one that they pulled from the comic book storyline the most out of anything we've seen so far. And I love this book. Like, this is one of the books that when I started collecting with my own grown-up money was like the first one that I went out and tried to get all the original first runs of, and I still have it. I love this run of it.
Courtney? It's okay if you don't like it. It's okay.
You're allowed to not like it.
Okay, I thought
I'm usually that person. It's okay. Now you know how it
feels. For me personally, it's one of the weakest episodes because story-wise, there isn't actually a lot there. Really, if you think about it, there's not a whole lot of story. There's not a whole lot of plot. It's just a lot of fighting off the zombies, which I get because it's the whole thing is zombies and you have to fight off the zombies. But yeah, I mean, I don't like zombies. So just remember that, guys. Don't come at me. I just don't like zombies.
Now, Tyler, I'll get to you in 1 sec, but I want to actually respond to that. And I think exactly of what you said is why I love this one so much. Not because it's fighting, but because it wasn't so much the story, it was the characters. And these are all the characters that I love. And I think that's why I loved it so much, because if I'm not getting the character development, that's why I have a lot of trouble with a lot of these, because I don't care about this character. This isn't the character I love. These are all the characters that I loved having a severe issue with who they are, and it still is them. So I think that's why I love it so much. I don't know. My psychology dub, guys. Tyler, what'd you think?
I know you would think it'd be my number one in this What If series, but it's not. It was great. It's probably runs second only to the Doctor Strange episode, just because I'm still kind of recovering from that one.
That was the best so far.
Story wise, that was quite amazing. And this one, I don't think you have a whole lot of story if you take zombies out. So, and I probably kind of the point of the episode, but yeah, obviously I'm still going to rate it up there quite high, given the content and the body horror that we got to see throughout the animated Marvel show. That was quite impressive.
And just to go on the record, I love animated Bucky, and I don't know why.
Because he looks like a Disney princess.
Well, he looks like he looks like
At
brunette.
least in the shower,
He's
he
brunette
does.
Thor. He is brunette Thor.
I will say the training video part was pretty damn funny.
Well, that's a direct.
With Happy wearing the. I'm not single. I'm waiting for Thor, and the quips. That was funny. I did think that was funny.
And the direct that's a direct ripoff from Zombieland. If you guys like, Zombieland is my favorite zombie movie. Period. I love them. They're fantastic. It gave me so much of that feel. To me, it just hit the right buttons. You know, I mean, it's not going to be for everybody, but I think this one, for people that usually agree with my opinion on stuff throughout the show, this is the episode for you. Because of the reasons, and not because I'm right, but it's definitely has a niche, and this is mine, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right on.
Is there anything else we want to hit on this before we do our grades and get out of here?
So can't remember if you guys talked about this last week, but the Watcher is getting more agitated, right? Am I the only one that's seeing that as this is progressing? And I have to go back and watch the first 2 episodes, because I think it was the 3rd episode where I noticed there was a scene where they were driving in like a desert, and then you see his silhouette like overwatching them. I don't remember like visually seeing him in those first 2 episodes, but I know ever since I saw that, you see him silhouetted somewhere in the back. And this one, it was, I believe, a car door. They shut the car door, and his reflection is in the window of the door.
He's also in the sky at one point in time in this episode too.
Huge.
Yeah.
So
it's just watching the whole thing. And I think it's toward the Camp Lehigh section where we see him.
You know what it is? The car door is in Doctor Strange. When he's like putting
that's the first time I remember seeing him like really
there's been a few times, so it's interesting. Well, and then in the Doctor Strange one, he was really involved because he straight up talked to Doctor Strange.
I think we only hear him in Captain Carter. I think we see him silhouetted in the sky watching in the 2nd episode, but you're right. Every episode, there's more and more Watcher that starts to appear.
He seems to be getting more prominent.
Well, then this is the fun part of these shows. Let's discuss that for a second. Do you think he's going to play a bigger part? And are we going to see Baba Yaga? Please God.
We already saw Baba Yaga. That's Scarlet Witch is Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga is the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Because it literally means Baba Yaga literally means old witch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's her.
So. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder if we'll see him intervene at the end, like the last episode, and season 2 kind of deals with some of the ramifications of him intervening. Because we know there's a season 2.
Yeah.
I wonder, along the lines of what you're talking about, Blythe, I wonder if the Watcher is the one who builds the Guardians of the Multiverse that have to take on,
because he's going to screw it up.
Yeah.
The Infinite Ultron.
Yeah.
Because the only way that these characters, T'Challa, Captain Carter, Doctor Supreme Doctor Strange, the only way they could be together is if the Watcher plucks them from their universes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe that's how he gets involved, and maybe that causes whatever happens in season 2 to appear. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I could be wrong. I'm just spitballing.
I was thinking they wouldn't do that, and they wouldn't have him intervene. But now that you say that,
he does every once in a while in the comic
I like
books.
But it never turns out well when he does.
No,
ever.
He even says it.
Like, don't put the fork in there. Don't.
Well, he even says it to Doctor Strange in last episode, because Doctor Strange is like, "You can fix this. You're a god," and he's like, "No, I can't." And it's not that he can't. Like, he does. It's not that he doesn't have the power to do it. It's him saying, in a way, if I do this, it's going to screw stuff up even worse.
Something worse.
Because he's supposed to watch. And I think that's something that they will actually talk about when we get to the Eternals movie as well.
Ooh.
Because there's questions of why they haven't intervened yet.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jeffrey Wright play a live action.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's a perfect casting.
I'd be into it, yeah.
And one more thought about the Watcher. Is he talking to us or is he talking to somebody else? Because there's times he's talking to somebody. I'd like to intervene. I wish I could tell him, but I can't because that would make it worse. Is he talking to us or is he talking to somebody else?
I think they'll leave that after season 2.
I think that's it. I like pondering this stuff. This is the stuff that makes me happy on these episodes. It's kind of fan casting. So it's Mephisto. You're welcome.
God, here we go.
Call back.
No, Mephisto's in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna point out my one negative of this. First, you lead with a compliment. I loved how they paired everybody up. You know, the Bucky versus Cap. You know, it's like, oh no, you knew it was coming. You know, all those fun little pair ups and everything. It was awesome. Did we need Ant-Man's head so much?
I loved it.
That was the only thing in this whole thing. It got on my nerves every time.
Really?
I love dad jokes when they're delivered right. The first time he showed up and he's like head and shoulders above, whatever joke he made. Okay, that's fine. I didn't need 10 more. You know.
I was in. But that's my cheesy sense of humor.
It was very Paul Rudd for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's hand out some grades. Let's start with the low grade. Courtney, what do you give it?
C+.
Wow. I don't ever want to hear you complain about my grades again.
But I have a legitimate reason, not just being anti-Marvel for a show. What? Did I say that out loud? What? Oh my gosh.
If that's how you feel, you're wrong, but that's okay.
But I have to just preface it, guys. I mean, honestly, truly, it's because I do not enjoy zombie stuff. So, I mean, so take my grade with a grain of salt because I just don't like zombies. So I'm going to give it a C+ because I did laugh at the jokes. I did enjoy parts of it. It's not my thing. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. For like Brie Larson, isn't mine
Z
at all.
minus.
Z-. That's good, Blaze.
Tyler, let's hear your grade, sir.
My grade's going to be an A-. Thank you, Ant-Man. I loved it. I think it was really fun, and like I said, the pair ups and the action sequences were just awesome. It was just each time something was coming, and as soon as you realized what was coming, you were bracing for it. It was good, and it's zombies, so.
And it's rewatchable. Just so everyone's aware, this one is actually rewatchable.
Absolutely.
Blythe, what's your grade, sir?
A for sure. Like I said, it's my favorite one out of the What If so far. Just because it's so close to one of the comic books that are my favorite. So I enjoyed it immensely.
Nice. Just because I won't give a movie anything higher, I'm giving it an A-. Honestly, if this would have the kind of zombies that I liked, it would have been an A+. But this was such a fun episode. Again, for all the reasons I said earlier, and I felt like once again I'm reading the comic book, and that's that's what makes old geeks like me happy. I'm reading the comic book. This is the story that I want. I'm getting characters.
See, you guys made up for my grade. So
it averaged out to like a B. So it's all good. Then. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know a Z, so I might get up to like an F-.
I didn't hate it. Just like zombies.
Fair enough. Okay, so we have no idea what's going next week because literally we don't know till like the day before. So
it according to IMDb,
which
can change on a dime.
And it did this week.
Because it was supposed to be Thor this week, but we ended up with zombies instead. So I don't know if this is gonna be true, but it's supposedly what if Killmonger protects Tony in the desert, which stops him from being Iron Man, all that stuff.
I do believe Satomi's on next week too, so Yay.
But that could change in any, not the Satomi thing, just the topic of the show. Because God knows what they're going to do to us.
Yeah, they literally on this one. I want to hit on that gripe real quick. Literally 2 days before, and they changed it. So you're like, huh? And it makes it very difficult for small podcasters like us who have normal jobs. So Marvel, help us out a little bit there, guys. Throw us a bone. And until next time, I'm Dub. I'm here with Tyler and Blythe and Courtney. Keep on geeking on, guys. See you next week.
You have been listening to the latest episode of the iHeart Geek Show. Make sure you visit our website at www.iheartgeekshow.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you check us out on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on geeking on to all of you geek rock stars.